Very cool. So we'll roll the ball in the hands, up and down. And in the palm. And on the thumb pad. And in the pad of the pinky. And across the knuckles. And let's do some fingers today. Thumb and forefinger. Middle finger. Ring. Pinky. Other hand. Ring, middle. Did that the other day. Ring. And pinky. And let's toss the ball up in the air and catch, or just bat it. Switching hands, switching directions, switching heights, speeds, hands. Three, two, one. On the floor. Assess out of feet. Feel, make a note of it, and press on the ball 3 times, right in the middle of the foot. Up to the knuckles. And scoot it across the knuckles. Good morning, Suzanne. And then bring it to the top of the heel, pivot on the toes. Put it right underneath the first knuckle, right below the first knuckle. Press down, bring it up to the side of the top of the heel, press down, and then over to the middle of the 5th metatarsal and press down. Roll it down the bones. And scribble. Three, two, one. Let go, reassess. Other foot. Press down. In the middle. Knuckles. Scoot it across. Bring it down to the top of the heel. Press it beneath, below the first knuckle. Side of the top of the heel. And fifth metatarsal. Bones. And screw. Three, two, one. Get the ball out of the way. Reassess. And shake the tree. And three, two, one. Center and twist at the waist, swing in the arm. Center. We'll do the Michael Wynn energy grounding exercise. Shifting weight left to right. Column to column. Back and forth. And gradually moving the hands up and down. Expanding. Up and down, and the heels coming up off the ground as the hand goes up on the one side and then down. And moving into marching in place or jogging. So today we're going to be doing some lower postural fixes and exercises, stretches, basically opening things up in the hips. And I got some resistance band, MiniBand work in the after class. Do whatever you feel like doing here to get the heart rate going, including doing exactly what you're doing. But if you want to pick it up, anything goes. Be safe. And I'll do some rapid squats. Haven't done them in a while. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. That's 10. It's 20. And 25. Center with 2 deep breaths. Interlace the fingers and the hands up overhead and reach for the heavens. And back if you can. Come forward and lean to one direction. And then the other. Come up. And hands down, press out at the chest. And down. Hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers, raise the hands up. Squeeze the shoulders together. Up a little higher. And down. A shrug. And roll back. And forward. Extend the arms and rotate. And the other direction. Thumbs are up and down, up and down. And bring one arm across the body, right below the neck, and press at the elbow. And then the other. First arm behind the back, pressing down. Other arm. Then grab both elbows with your opposite hand and lean back a little bit, stretching those shoulders. And then go left to right. Extend one arm, fingers up, pulling back. Fingers down, pulling back. Flop. Other hand. Down. And flopped. Rotate the neck. Switch directions. Nod. Go ear to shoulder. Look up. And down. over one shoulder. And then the other. Side lunge. Switch directions. And come back up and get a stick. Good day for the gym stick routine. And we'll get those hamstrings and quads and calves later, but right now, let's bring the stick around the back in one direction. And then the other. Hitting the ceiling there. Let's keep it in the back and oscillate back and forth. Put it on the back. Bring one foot forward and twist at the waist and back. And then bring the other foot forward and twist. Keep the stick behind you, bring it down to just above the knees. Bring your hands in front between your legs, bend your knees and pull up. And then bring the stick in front. Step back to stretch your arms out. Hinge at the waist. And stretch those shoulders. Now bring the stick across the body. Put the arm not holding the stick on the other shoulder. And pull. Switch the stick to the other arm, bring it across the body, hand on shoulder, hinge at the waist, and pull. And come up, bring the stick to the side. One hand's on top, other hand's on the bottom. Push away on the top hand and pull towards you with the bottom hand. Stretching the opposite side. Switch sides, do the same thing. Bring the stick behind one leg, touching the back of the heel the calf, the glutes. Leg is out in front, lean into it. Hinging at the waist, keeping the spine neutral. And come up, bring the other foot forward. Stick behind it, lean into it. Come up, put the stick in front. Put your sole of your foot against it, one foot, and stretch the calf by leaning into the stick with your foot, with the sole of your foot. And the other foot. And then put the stick back on the other side. Bring one foot back. And lean into that front foot, 90 degrees, stretching the hip flexors. You'll be doing a lot of that. We're really opening up these hips today. And then the other way. Come back up. One leg behind you, holding by the shin, ankle, or toes. And then the other. And bring that first leg in front of you, holding by the ankle or toes. Stick is on the side. Hinge at the waist slightly. Pushing that knee backwards. Come up. Switch the position of the stick. Put it in the other hand. And move it to the other side. Grab the other leg in front. Hinge at the waist. Push that knee back. Come back. Put the stick in front. Point your toes in. And go up on your toes and back on your heels 5 times. And then point your toes out and go back and forth 5 times. And then just forward 5 times. Okay, let's put the sticks down. We're going to just assess where we are right now. Hopefully more open than we were when we started, but we'll get even further along by keeping our feet about shoulder width apart, hinging at the waist, keeping the spine neutral, the head back, And just see how far down your fingers go, keeping your knees soft but not bent. I'm right above my toes. And I'm coming up. Now I'm going to put my hands on my hips. And I'm going to go from one side to the other, twisting. And just noting which side seems more open, which side I can go further on. I think I'm going further left here. My right seems more constricted. So if it's equal for you, pick a side. But if what we want to do is focus on the more constricted side. So my side is the right side. We're going to sit down in a chair. And since I'm right side, I'm putting my right foot forward. If your left side was more constricted, put your left foot forward and hinge at the waist, leaning into that side. And just hold a little bit longer than we usually do. And then come up. And now you're going to put your hands against the wall or the back of the chair if it's nice and solid. And this is going to slip out from underneath. And extend your arms and step back. Your hips and tailbone are going in one direction, your head's going in the other. And just feel that stretch. And now walk back a little bit. If you're working on your right side, put your right leg forward and your left leg back. Obviously, if you're working on your left leg comes forward. Make sure your hips are square in the back. They're not leaning in towards that right side if you're on your right foot in the front, or the left side if you're on your left. You want them square. And lean into the front foot so that you're feeling it on the hip of the front foot. Should feel some pressure there. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come up. We're going to reassess by hinging at the waist and bending down and seeing if you can go a little bit lower than you did before. Keeping that back straight, not straight, but keeping the spine in neutral. As you hinge at the waist and come up. And then put your hands on your hips and turn in either direction. And see if you can go a little bit further than you did before on the side that you worked on. And now let's just do one more thing to get both sides. Let's get on the floor and lift one leg up and pull back either on the back of the thigh or the calf. The other leg can either be extended or the sole could be on the floor, whichever you find more comfortable. And then cross the ankle of that foot right at the top of your other thigh, with the sole of the foot on the floor, and put your hands on the thigh and pull it towards you. Put that sole of the foot on the floor. We'll raise the other leg up in the air. Again, the leg that is not in the air can either be extended or the sole can be on the floor. If the sole isn't on the floor, put it there now. Cross that foot over the top of the thigh. Put your hands around the back of the thigh and pull the leg towards you. And come down. And get up. And hopefully you're feeling really open in the hips, and we're going to rub our hands together, cultivate some chi, form a chi ball, and do a short dance with it. It's a little longer than I thought. But we'll center. Take 2 deep breaths. And open our hearts. And let it back out. And center. 2 breaths. And bringing down chi from above. And going down and gathering up. And aha. Namaste.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome, Mira.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tom.
T. I'm going to
Thank
dump
you.
it out now.
Okay, have a great one.
You too. Hello and love to all.
Will do. Those of you sticking around, And we do have Ava and Jonathan and Suzanne, great. We got bands. Bands. Bands, bands, bands. All right. Let's start. I'm going to alternate between hands and legs today with some just regular bow and arrows. Let's do 12 of these on each side. Just holding for a second at the end here. 5, 6, 12. And then the other arm. And 12. So you might want to sit down to put the bands around the bottom of one foot, the sole of one foot. And you might want to use a heavier band for this, I will. And the ankle of the other. And you're going to come up with the foot that it's around the ankle with your knee. Hold on to something if you need to, a pole, a wall, back of a chair. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12. And then switch the positions so it's around the ankle of the other foot and under the sole of the opposite foot, and do the other side. 2. Ten, 11, and 12. Now we're going to get down on the floor and you can put the band above the knee or just below the knee. And bend your knees, and we're going to do some clamshells. Below the knees a little bit harder. Ten, 11, and 12. Then we get the other side. And 12. All right. Let's take the bands off the legs, stay on the ground, but you're going to kneel. bring one hand up and wrap it around bring it around your palm. The other hand comes up and you're going to pull back behind your back. Four, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Other way. 1, 2, 12. Let's we'll do that one again. Just take a break. And we'll do each set going in reverse. All right, so we're back up. First forearm, 1, 2, 10, and 12, and then the other arm. And 12. All right, let's go back to some clamshells. So putting it either right above the knee or just below the knee. Going on our side, bending at the knees, and coming up. 1, 2, 11, and 12. Other side. And 12. All right, either take the band off or just put it around your ankles if you feel safe getting up that way. And then slip one under the sole of the other foot. And we're going to do the knee lift. I did the wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, and 12. Stretch. 1. 10, and 12. And then finally, whew, some bow and arrows. Well, last one. 11. Whew, it's hot in here. And that's it.
Thanks, Tom.
Hey, you're welcome, John. Have a good one.
Thank you, Tom.
Take care, Suzanne. Thank
You
you.
too. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Ava, you all, Jeannie, have a great one. I hope it gets sunny out there. See you tomorrow.